Internet.
Happy New Year! Cheers!
Happy New Year. Cheers. Yay, internet.
Yay, internet. I mean, what are you going to do without the internet? I don't know is the answer to that. Welcome to Deep Fried Neurons 2021, where we pretend like all of our troubles were tied to the actual year 2020 and that they are all over now. All done. Everything's
We're
great
done.
now. Yay! Cheers!
Don't let the door hit you on the way out, 2020.
Bye, 2020. Yes.
Hi, Jay.
Here. Hi, Jay.
Yay!
Happy New Year. So, what are you two drinking?
Ooh, so we have mystery bottles of wine around our house. But we're not really sure where they show up from. And we've had a mystery bottle of champagne in our fridge.
Champagne.
Well, excuse me. It is not champagne.
It's
not from the region or whatever. It's sparkling, whatever. It is Vino Spumante Dolce. So it is a sweet sparkling wine. Gaetano de Aquino. I have no idea how this showed up in our house, but we have it.
It's probably poison.
Probably poison.
Hopefully
I
it's poison.
have added some rosehip tea and Saint Germain to mine. This is so sweet. This particular it is definitely spumante dolce. This vino, so it's didn't make much difference. So I wouldn't bother with that in the next glass. But yeah.
Yep. I also have because it is so sweet. Some backup Irish whiskey. Gotta have failover.
That's a good choice.
One is none.
Good choice. Yeah. So when we got on here, and I saw Carlin with a champagne flute, I said, "Oh, that's a really good idea." I don't have a champagne flute, so I ran down to try to find my closest approximation, which on short notice actually is this glass from. This actually looks kind of wrong. This is a yogurt. This is a yogurt jar.
Wow.
Because I like these.
You're on
yogurts.
mute, Carlin.
You are on mute.
I put my phone on because I realized I was trying to type down the name of the wine before I forgot to do that. Yeah, we have that yogurt. We have that same yogurt.
You do? That's really cool. It looks pretty fancy, I must say.
It's. I mean, there are cheaper yogurts, and usually I will, but I like these just because they're good containers. Like I keep all of my hot glue sticks. Totally. My little mini hot glue sticks are in one. I've got a bunch of brush markers in one over here.
Oh, nice.
They make for good little containers, and they are tasty yogurt. They are quite tasty. I will probably not stick to this very long. I'm drinking because it's really small, but I'm drinking Stella.
Excellent.
Stella Artois.
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys are too old for the Welch's jam jars being used for like other purposes. If that was like a thing, maybe that was just like a class thing that for my class that I was in. But like
you were a hipster before people were.
No, we were poor. But like my dad would encourage me sometimes to finish one of the jam jars, like add extra jelly to your peanut butter and jelly sandwich so that I can use this jar to like store nuts and bolts or whatever.
Yeah, we had my grandfather had a great setup where he would nail the caps of jars into the bottom of the counter and then use it as a way to
That's awesome. Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. That's the coolest thing. Yeah, no, I have, I think,
So
a Welch's grape jar somewhere around here with conductive paint that I made back when I did that conductive paint project.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was testing them out. Yeah, I don't know. Come on. Ah, shall we zoom in? Ooh, there's bubbles. Hang on. Full screen.
Yep. Bubbles. Bubble cam.
Bubble
24/7 bubble cam.
I could handle that. I could totally handle that.
You can tell how not level my camera is because of the angle. This angle is not at the level. Anyway.
Cool. Anyway. Yeah, I could pour into that. I got like half the bottle. Okay, I'll do the little tiny one.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It feels tiny, but it's really not that tiny. It's one of those like, tall, narrow versus short. Yeah.
It's like 8 ounces or something, right? Or 6 ounces?
I took the label off.
I would say 6 ounces, which means you could put 3. You could fill it up 3 times from a normal.
Well, let's see. Yeah, this is 12 ounces. This will be a little bit less than that. So maybe it is.
Yeah.
It's probably around 6 ounces, 5 or 6 ounces.
If only we had metric volumetric dimensions instead of. Carlin, you're on mute again.
You typing? You've been typing?
I've been researching. I had to
type wine.
This wine costs $0.
That's impressive. Where do we get $0 wine?
I know. I put the link in the private chat.
This is how classy it is. It's classy with a K.
It's $0.
$0.
I wonder if Bevmo has it.
Someone referred to it in a Cellar Tracker as a alcoholic Martinelli.
Yeah, that's about right. That's
I think that is
7.5% alcohol.
Yeah, it's pretty darn sweet. I would not.
Yeah, it's really sweet.
I would not line up to buy this again personally for my.
You would not pay $0 for this again?
Yes, I'm pretty sure we paid $0 for this because I don't bought this. It's probably like I don't know, but it's
from somebody who brought it, who came over or something.
I think it maybe was from a realtor.
Could have been from a realtor. Could have been from my dad. Like
or your dad, yeah.
Some random person who just broke into your house and like just left wine in your fridge.
Usually, yeah.
No,
Mary.
Yeah. So,
and a happy Fishmas.
So if we had lavender bitters, I think this would be improved by lavender bitters. But we don't have.
Well, why not? Come on, Carlin.
Why not?
What kind of a bar are you running there?
One with a denizen of one person.
So in the future, when everyone's in line in the champagne lines because of the apocalypse, and we're all waiting in lines for things, we won't wait in line for this one.
No,
is what I'm hearing.
There are some excellent Spanish cavas that I would wait in line for, but
Cava.
Cava.
All right. So,
what are we doing today?
What are we doing? I think we're gonna
drinking.
Wait, yeah, we got that part, Todd. I'm already almost through my first beer, and we haven't gotten into any of the actual segments yet. Should we start with thanks for existing or our projects?
I'm gonna say projects.
Okay. Next time I'm gonna roll a die.
Oh, that seems like a really good idea.
Should I just do that?
Sure.
1 to 10, thanks for existing. Above Thanks for existing. You say, do projects first, then.
No, we can do thanks for existing first. I just can't go first.
You're still doing your research. I should. Well, if you're still thinking or working on pulling up stuff for it, I should not go first because you will probably want to talk about mine.
Ooh.
No, go first. I can. Maybe it'll inspire me.
You sure you don't want to do projects first? If you'd said that there was a reason,
we are slaves to the dice. Are
okay.
The fates chose. The fates chose.
Okay. My thanks for existing is a particular video by Tom Scott. Who, if you don't know him, you should. Posts a whole lots of the videos on the YouTubes. And let's see. There you go. And he posted this video back in October of 2019. And I cannot play it because I won't play it, but we'll put the link into things. This video is sponsored by blank VPN. On YouTube, you know, everybody has like the sponsors for everything. And very frequently there are VPN sponsors, one in particular usually. And so the concept of this video is that he's like, oh, this video is sponsored by a VPN place. But then he starts talking about VPNs and like the actual the claims of the benefits and the actual nature of the benefits. And it starts getting really hilarious because he, as a person who, is purported to know about tech stuff, wound up being like, I'm not just going to read your script. And so he made his version and sent it to them. And they had notes, he says, and they couldn't come to an agreement about it. But there's like the part where he gets into like his fake ad for blank VPN is freaking hilarious. And I don't want to spoil the line, but there's one line in there that just like, I have to watch it like 10 times in a row because it kills me. I don't know if I should say.
Put the link in the Twitch stream.
Yeah, okay. I will put the link into the places. It's freaking hilarious. And then I always fall down a rabbit hole of randomness, places, things that I didn't know, things you didn't know, and his like linguistic files. Because he has lots of discussions about words and stuff.
Yeah, he's kind of a linguist or something.
He is, yeah. Like I think he studied language, and so there's a good chunk gender neutral pronouns, like how that was a thing for a long time. But yeah, no, it's very entertaining, and I recommend it. And it occurred to me after I started talking about it that I didn't want to spoil it for y'all and just say the line, but you'll know it. You will know it when you hear it. Don't go watch it now. We're in the middle of a stream. Watch it afterwards. We'll post the link again at the end just to make sure that you can see it.
YouTube has a watch later button just for this purpose.
Thank God for that thing. I swear. So that's my I don't know. I've heard Carlin talk quite a bit about VPNs.
Yes. I find it very distressing how people are, yes. VPNs are a very specific solution to a very specific problem, and I am very happy I am sure that Tom Scott did an excellent video talking about that. It just, yeah.
Yeah, no, he does a good job talking about it succinctly. about how, security is not really the thing that you at this point need to be as concerned about with this, as long as you're using like HTTP, like secure sites and such.
Yeah.
There are a few specific cases that it is good for. Probably the most popular one being,
to watch BBC.
Pretending you're in another place.
To watch BBC.
To watch BBC or whatever else.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. So that's my thanks for existing.
That's great.
Todd, do you want to go next? Or is
Sure. So mine is a little silly, and it's a screen share. So let me share my screen.
Should we finish this actually? Should we mention what this is?
Oh.
It didn't actually say.
Okay. Jay, if you don't know what a VPN is, it's a way of tunneling through the internet through a secret pipe to have your internet traffic come out somewhere else. Okay, no? Is he just being a jerk? All right.
No, I'm pretty sure he knows what a VPN is. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know if you're wrong. I think we've talked about them.
Yeah. We probably have. And at the end of this live stream, you can go click on that video and he'll tell you.
No, I think Jay and I personally have talked about them.
Yeah, no, that's true. We have. There's been like discussions on Signal.
Wait, you're the one who's saying.
Yeah.
All right, so this is
Sorry.
This is the thing that I'm happy for. So if you can't see this is Mark Hamill carrying a power converter in front of the gas station in Tashi. So finally, Luke Skywalker was able to go in Tashi to pick up some power converters.
That is like the most nerd deep cut.
Well, the best thing is that this particular version of this image was tweeted by Mark Hamill himself.
Yeah. I freaking love how much of a nerd Mark Hamill is. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
He's the biggest nerd. He is the king nerd.
So yeah, that continues to make me chuckle every time I see it pop back up into my feed for some reason.
He nerds out over nerds.
Yeah.
How
about you, Carlin?
I have a weird one. Let's see. 1 second. Open it. Huh. Where are you? Yep.
Oh.
Share.
You gotta be kidding me.
This is gonna seem. I hope this is okay. But as you guys all noticed, I wasn't really sure what to do for things for existing, and as I was running through my head, like what's something that brings me. I want to do something that like brings me joy, like something that I like. When I think about it, it makes me happy. And this is Crookshanks. This is our neighbor's cat. You can't really tell so clearly from this image, but Crookshanks has 3 legs. And Crookshanks is like always up in our business. He like really likes breaking into our house. Like anytime that he like it's trying to get in to get our cat's food. And so he's just hilarious. He's like constantly when I'm in the yard, like coming up to me, like, "How about now? Do you have food now?" He's just hilarious. When we go for a walk, he'll like follow us. No,
He followed us for like a whole block almost.
yeah, he's a nutty. Like when they got him, he only had 3 legs, and he immediately wormed his way out of their house and came over to ours and like knocked on our door and was like, "You gonna let your cat out? Because I want to play with him."
He's Max's bestie.
He's Max's bestie, along with Norman, who's his other bestie. But Norman doesn't care about Todd and I quite as much as Crookshanks does. Crookshanks is just like glorious, and he's like clockwork. Every morning now he comes and he blocks Max's door, and like Max waits for him to come block the door. It's like so he can get let out the other door, and it's just. Man, when they first got him, he actually ended up having a brain tumor that had to be removed.
Wow.
Like, I mean, this 3 legs and like a removed brain tumor. This cat is nuts. And like still around. And gosh, thanks for existing, Crookshanks. I like regularly send pictures to his owners, being like, "Hi, like here's your cat." Like he's alive.
In case you're wondering, he's here.
Yeah,
as usual.
Yeah, it's like sometimes you'll be just like, going about your business in the day, and then you'll look up to see like where the area where our cat has his stuff, like his food bowl and stuff, and you'll see Crookshanks asleep next to the food bowl, and it's like, okay, how long has he been here?
Yeah.
Where's all the food that he ate?
Yeah. He's eaten all of it. Yeah. And so Max may not always be super thankful for here's another one. Let me see if I can figure out how to do this.
You'll probably have to ask Barb to do a switcheroo.
Just if it's the same. Well, we'll see.
Sometimes you can get. No, I can't. Okay.
Just unshare it. Okay. Oh. Is it switched? Nope.
No.
No. Here.
What's happening?
We're watching the cat very slowly move.
If you look carefully, it's actually a video. He's just very still.
Yeah, one more. Hold on. I'm so sorry. This is
Meow. You see the
one more. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
What's going on?
There was a meow keyboard.
Yeah.
As part of a Secret Santa thing this year on the YouTubes. Again, with the YouTubes. I kind of live there. It was a absolute disaster and hilarious. Do you want to unshare and reshare, Carlin?
Yes, I am getting there.
All right. I could also go and find some fun things to do.
Here you go.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
So this is Max, like waiting for Crookshanks to come and shove his butt in his face. Like, from the, and then eventually Max will get up and go to the big door and look at me and then look at the big door handle because he wants to like bap at Crookshanks through the door. Anyway, so
you need video of this, Carlin.
Well,
Yep.
Bring us video next time.
Video.
Yep.
Bring video.
Right, that's hard to get because I'm usually just like enjoying the moment with the cat. But
I appreciate. I don't want to act like I don't appreciate the photos because I do.
No, I know. But it's so. I mean, it's just they're so cute together, and so thanks for existing, Crookshanks. Of course.
Even though he's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I know.
He could be a pain in the ass and great. Whoops.
Uh-oh. You okay?
I'm fine. I just knocked over my head.
Oh, that's probably something important. Oh, that head.
That head. It's quite sturdy. I have knocked it over
redundant heads.
more than once. Yeah, I just had it in a bad place for a clumsy person. So, yeah. Okay.
All right.
Anyway.
So shall we start the show?
Let's. Yeah. That's thanks for existing. Thanks for existing things.
Don't lose your head, Barb.
Don't lose your head. That should be one of my things someday. Is just those heads. That's my secondary. Thanks for existing. Big glass heads to put hats on. Hats that I love and that I have, but that I never actually wear. So they're just decoration.
Yeah, it's harder with that dragon head to the supermarket.
Yeah, it is. And also, but like, I really I love the look of fedoras, but I'm not pretentious enough to wear one. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not enough of a hipster. Sometimes I wish I were, because I like them.
Yeah, at least you're a lady. The white guys wearing fedoras is something that's like just not possible anymore.
Yeah.
Especially pasty white guys, pasty white tech guys.
All right.
Crash Base.
Crash Base.
If you've not heard of it, Jay, if you've not heard of Crash Base is a Los Angeles hackerspace.
Are you sure?
Well, it used to be.
No, it's virtual.
Now it's virtually Los Angeles.
Now it's a virtual hack space. We got a lot of people from all over the place, so you know, the Los Angeles part is not entirely.
Oh crap! It's 2021.
What? Oh crap!
What are you doing, Carolyn?
I realized I was logged in and I didn't need to be.
Just trying to change things.
Don't mind me. So, Todd, you want to talk about what you worked on instead of the plotter stuff this week?
Yeah, sure. So, okay. So we got these Christmas tree lights because we got a tree this year because we were actually in town. And it seemed like from the pictures that these might be WS2812 NeoPixel compatible lights. And I'll just like quickly kind of show what it looks like real close. You don't have to like change the camera on me. Or
I have to. I can go at this real fast. I can go in and out.
Unfortunately, I don't know how to get it in focus. Where's the focus at? I don't know where the focus.
Back up.
The focus way far away.
Put something behind. Put something behind it. Yes. Do the. There you go.
All right. So here's one of them detached. And look, it's got 3 wires in, 3 wires out. Apparently, just like a normal NeoPixel strip. And anyway, go back to the picture, or the screen share. And so that's what they look like all lit up. And it turns out, yes, they are exactly WS2012 compatible. You can just cut off the little USB crappy infrared controller that comes with it and stick on an Arduino. And you can then set them up. But the weird thing is that they know their addresses in the strip. And so if you were to cut them out like I just did here, then and you plugged it in just like one of them into your like Arduino setup, and then said I want to access LED 0, like the only LED, it wouldn't work. And I actually thought I'd blown up a whole strip of these because I was doing that. Turns out no, they know their address, and I'd cut out LED 200 out of a 200 thing strip, and so I should have created a virtual 200 LED strip, and then told it to access LED 200. Exactly, Kurt. The addresses are hardwired, which is bonkers because that's not how these LEDs work. Which means that like you have to send it a whole 200 LED data stream to just light up one LED. And also, like, how is the manufacturing done? Because normally these things are all the same, and they just put the reels of the bare chips into a pick and place machine or something similar, and it goes and they're all the same. It doesn't matter what order you assemble them in. These clearly at some point have had themselves uniqueified to have addresses 1 through 200 or something, and it's just kind of cool. And so if you actually do the continuity on this little thing, you'll notice the wires aren't 3 and 3 out. It's actually 3 wires going straight through, and so that's what I did this week, was basically research these things and try to figure out what the hell's going on with them. And they're all nice and epoxy soldered. Epoxy bonded with magnet wire, and so they're actually pretty sturdy and they're waterproof. And so there's probably something I could do with all these, and maybe I'll have something to do with them in the coming weeks. But for now, I'm trying to figure out what the heck. And trying to figure out a part number too, because if we can find out a part number, there's maybe the potential we could reprogram them to have different addresses. I don't think so, but we'll see. So yeah, that's what I did. LEDs, crazy WS2012 NeoPixel like LEDs. But anyway,
Nice. 12s too. What did you do, Carlin?
I did my homework.
yeah. Unlike me.
And,
Sorry, I'm running around so trying to get a thing to make my thing work. And it's not.
Thing to make my thing.
Thing to make my thing work.
Ooh, plotter tree. It's almost filled up.
Wait. Oh, there we go.
Everything's filled in the tree.
Nice. Yay!
Axie draw, plotter tree.
Somebody has been.
Yeah. So,
Did it work?
let's see. What did I should it? Here we go. That was one of the air cookie tail and the blah 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 blah. Here we go. Here we go. So here are the pictures. I don't know if you can. Oh wow!
Yeah.
You can do picture in picture.
I figured this out.
Dark.
Do you want it different?
No, this is great.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. So you can see sunset, sunrise, line. Those
December
are
20th and 21st.
yeah, the 20th and the 21st, bracketing the longest night of the year.
Yeah.
Solstice was at 2 a.m. on the 21st. The longest night of the year was actually the transition from the 20th to the 21st. I did 2022 was a revisit of my 2. It's so hard to do this with like. So
Yeah.
I did for 2, and so for 22, I just did all 4 quadrants.
Nice.
Instead of just 2 quadrants. Can anyone tell me why? Whoops. Why the snowflakes work for 24?
Is it for 24?
Why
Is
is
it
that
an
24?
element?
Because there were 24 elves that rebelled against Santa
4
Claus.
of them, and they have 6. They're hexes.
Yes.
There's 4 hexes.
Oh, that too.
Yes. And then this is the 25 presents.
It's all about the presents.
What's interesting about this one? Let's see. Package. Can I stop sharing and then share again? Share screen, application window.
I can change things up for you.
There we go.
How do you want? Do you want?
Can we see this?
Yeah. Just this thing?
Just this thing?
Just this thing.
You can see that the little package,
Is that one line?
it's one line.
Nice.
It was super fast to draw. And
Yeah, that's great.
yeah. So it was like meant to be a little like kitschy looking and whatever. So there's that. And then 27. 27 is a little obscure. It's meant to be, so 27 is the number for cobalt in the periodic table of elements, and the atomic number for cobalt. And so cobalt is like blue. So those are meant to be blue bottles standing. You're looking down at a maze of blue bottles, and that's like a path through the maze is the 27. It's sort of like almost like you were trying to find your way through a mine. And I say that because the cobalt was invented because the German miners thought it was a gremlin that was killing them instead of cobalt. And so cobalt is actually named after goblins. The miners named cobalt after goblins. Cobalt, there's a link up in the blog post about that. 28 is a 28 is what's known. 28 had a lot of options. 28 is a triangular number, a centered nonagonal number, and a hexagonal number. Let me see. Share screen.
Okay, that's cool.
What do we mean by that? A triangular number, nonagonal number, hexagonal number. So a triangular number means it can stack in a triangle. A centered nonagonal number means you can make circles of 9 with the 1 in the middle. It's also a hexagonal number. And so since hexagons are the bestagons, I went with that. And building on that image, you end up with something that looks like this. And then
I like it. I agree with all the hexes.
There's a square pyramidal number. And I was running out of time, so I just...
That's cool.
Was running out of time, and so I just like did little scalpy things.
Yeah, it's a top view.
Those are cool.
Yeah, so you can see on the tree itself, it's just like I used the fat markers, so I didn't have to like stress about registration. And here we go. Yeah,
nice.
And most of those went on the tree today.
This is the beauty of weekly deadlines, is that we get things done. Often we get things done at the very last minute.
some of we.
You got something.
You were creatively productive. You just weren't creatively productive around doing the photograph.
Yeah. For that specific thing.
Yeah.
But that's, I mean, like that was not what was sparking your fire.
Yeah, I think it's fun.
Yeah, I like this latest band of little plotter squares that Carlin did. They're really cool. I'm really jealous because the ones I've been thinking up for my last 4 or so have been like that.
Well, the thing is, like, I feel like blah about mine, and you feel like blah about yours. And so the same thing is like sharing things with friends, is your friends feel less blah about your stuff.
That's right. Totally.
Your friends are gonna be like, "No, that's great."
Very cool. Yeah, no, that's exciting.
Yeah, so I really enjoy sort of like thinking about like what does this number mean? Like what's a little like fun little puzzle, sort of like mental toy to put in this space every every day based on the number. Um, in the end, I don't know that I felt more pressure to make something interesting about the number than really think about plotters. I did a little bit, like so. For example, in the package one, where I like went to the effort to make it be a little like look like a freehand one line drawing thing.
And that picture right there, that picture of your little single stroke package for present is the one thing that's made me want to get a Wacom tablet or whatever, or an Apple Pencil, or whatever the equivalent is nowadays. Like nothing else has really convinced me, but that I was like, oh yeah, because then we could actually like draw without like literal pen lifts the exact stroke we wanted the plotter to do.
Okay, so yes and no. The 27 part of the path that I did, that I used the sort of the pencil tool that will trace with affinity, and it had just like so many points in it. It was like a very messy path. It was a very messy curve, and so I'd be interested in if you did something in Affinity Designer for the iPad, for example, using the pencil. Like, what is the path? So, I mean, the actual number of nodes in the package is very small because I have a certain level of proficiency with node-based drawing tools like Illustrator. I mean, I've been using Illustrator since it came on floppy disk. Like, so the totally. Functions like. So I yes and no. It would be yes. I think it'd be really interesting in terms of the quality of the path that you're going to get out of it.
It might be different. Have you done it with a tablet before?
I have not, and so I would be curious. It would be curious to see what the different path it is. And whether or not from the pencil-based ones, if there are tools that will capture like variations and if you can record it. I've written some things in the past that recorded mouse movement, and so if you could have the pen play back your actual speed that you were moving at the time when you drew it, that could be an inspiration. But
totally,
yeah. I mean, like I know. I've got a Wacom tablet that's ancient, and somebody dropped off at Crash, and I said, that works. I'm doing it. And I know that it acts differently. Like you can have it act differently than other things.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I'm wondering also if there's a difference just with a tablet being drawing.
In
the number of points that it puts, or also if there is the capability to change among it, like how simple it makes the path.
Yeah, I mean, you can always like smooth the path post, which just removes points.
It has limited.
Yeah.
It's a different quality.
You have to play with it, and then you still have to tweak it.
Yeah, I think some of it is so
Wonder Todd Bot.
Okay, Todd, now you have to actually make that. You need a tiara that has a single weirdly addressed LED, right? 2812 right in the middle of your forehead.
Special number. You have to like have the number and have meaning.
And do a little plotter thing underneath it. Or laser cut it on acrylic. Put
laser
your LED
cut my
on
face?
it.
Yes, I'm all for this.
Laser cut your face. That's exactly what I said. Laser cut your face.
I think we could like lower the bed far enough to get my head in there on the laser cutter.
Wear some sunglasses.
We can start out with just the phrase "poor impulse control."
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, Barb, what did you work on?
Anyway, I worked on Mixie, and this whole time I've been trying. Because okay, so I've got my Raspberry Pi Zero and the little bonnet for it, which is great, and it works. And I've been using this, and I've got it set up for VNC, and I've been using it and connecting, so I don't have to like get a connected freaking monitor or keyboard or anything to that. And I can do that. And I've been plugging both the Pi and the bonnet into a power supply. Apparently died just now. And I tried another one, and I was trying to pull it up. Wouldn't come up. So I can't show you the servos actually working. But the servos actually work. I can show you the current. Yeah, I was hoping that it would be more done by now, but it's not. Whatever. Here, I'll put on her eyes.
Make your eyes.
Okay. Come on, eyes. Where are you, dead? You need charger?
Dead eyes.
Dead eyes. Yeah, I know. So, okay, anyway, I rigged it up. I did the whole thing. I had to switch out. I switched out the servo on the top here. Because apparently, I for some reason, I don't know what Passbarb was thinking. But back when I was working on this in 2019, I thought, oh, I need a continuous rotation servo up top. So I did that. And I was struggling with this, trying to make it work, with the bottom ones, which are not continuous rotation, working fine. And finally, I'm like, okay, let me try a different one and see if there's a problem with just the servo. And the first thing I pulled up was non-continuous. That's the right size. So I'm like, do I actually need? So I stuck it in and it's fine, and it works fine. And that was at least able to confirm, that this functions properly. So I have the fishing line that runs through the top of each of these discs, and then it goes into here, and it goes in through a little hole on each of these supports, and then connects in here. Sorry, let me go big. It goes up and through here. You can almost see it. And then it connects to the servo horn on the top. And I did a fishing knot and everything so that it would stay.
A Fishmas knot.
A Fishmas knot, yes. So I got that, and I have a couple of them hooked up to it, and I ran it, and it works. They don't curl like super, super far, but it actually pulls them, and they actually curl up, and it's functional.
Yeah.
And I have in the past, and I had all three of them working at the same time. I need to play with it and get it to do exactly what I want, but I have the function, and I can't show you right now because damn Pi doesn't want to connect to my computer. Whatever. I have another thing though too to show you, and that is this arm. All of the arms will eventually have all of the LEDs, a bunch of 2812s. Yes, it does. A bunch of 2812s. See, this is I wrote this in the thing that went on the blog post that I was like, oh, well, I should be able to do this, pretty quick. It won't take that long. It'll be fine. No problem. Never really stopping to think about the fact that this is an octopus, and and there are 6 discs on each arm, and math.
Yeah.
And so that means printing all of these, and that means connecting all of these to the actual corset boning, because they won't just stay exactly in place. So I had to do let me see. Maybe. You can see there's a slight discoloration here in the middle.
Yeah.
I drilled a hole and I put 3D printer filament through it and hot glued that in place. So that keeps them from sliding around. That's a lot of work for 48 things. Additionally, 3 wires to each of 48. Oh, shizy. 3 wires to each of 48 of these tiny freaking little 2812s, because these are not like, I don't want to take these out because that would just be a pain in the butt. Here, wait. I got another. There. This is the size of them.
Mm-hmm.
They're exceedingly small. I want them to be small because I want them to be like kind of hidden, like not super visible. Like they should be like better than that. I like the size. It's a pain in the ass. But they fit in the thing. And I have to solder all this stuff together. And there's like some length of it. I'm using silicone coated wire because it's more bendy. It's a little bit less likely to want to hold its shape in a particular spot because I don't want it to mess with that. It'll do whatever it wants. It's very giving. Yes. So I have 4 of these in here, and I have the little baby suction cups, which, as shown, will hold a little bit to some things, like that. But let me plug this in and see if this will behave. A little bit of test code. Do I have to reload it? I might have to reload it.
Reload.
Where are you, Arduino? Arduino. Yeah. But so, yeah, I'm going to have to do a whole bunch of these. Yeah, I think that I just didn't realize, like, it didn't occur to me because I didn't do the numbers about how much of stuff this would be to do.
Yeah.
But I have something.
It looks really cool.
It does look really cool. And your GIF is really satisfying that you sent for the blog post.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I did. I made it. Should I show it?
Yeah.
Let's undo me. And let's go find this. Chrome tab. Chrome tab. That's Carlin. And there's me. Yep.
Nice.
Here it is. Before you can actually see it live. Well, not live, but on the internet, you can see it here. And it works. Like, I'm excited that it works.
Very cool.
Yes. Come on now. There we go. Good.
Yay!
Good.
Live
demo. Excellent.
So I can eventually, and yes, there will be 2 more. So I can eventually make it. I have a bazillion. I have far too many suction cups. That counting I did do. I counted at some point in the past. I don't understand past Barb's reasoning. I don't get it. Whatever. She didn't know what she was doing. That's fine. Yes, but I think I'm thinking about having the colors change based on her mood.
Mm-hmm.
So she can have like kind of chill, like bubbly blues and greens, just kind of like. And I may mix it in with like sounds and stuff. So kind of fun, like just pleasant things.
In a library called Fast LED. We'll be talking about that probably next week.
Yeah. Right. I've just got the. I'm rocking some of the basic NeoPixel Adafruit stuff for this. Actually, this is the code that I used for the Polaroid frame that Jay and I made.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody remembers that. Jay remembers that, I assume. It's around here somewhere. Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh, but then like other colors, like it could go like flame colors if she gets pissed off, and if she gets like flirty, like pinks and purples, or I don't know.
Flarty.
Ooh. So Kurt suggested put a color sensor on the tip and have it blend in. That's another possibility. Which oh gosh, I always blank on her name. Angela. Oh no, one of the lights just went. No, it's back. Okay. Has this cool like wearable dragon. That, and she dresses up like, you've seen, I think she dresses up like a fairy, and her magic wand has a color sensor. And so she'll go and she'll like touch something with her magic wand, and her whole getup changes colors.
Ooh,
to match that. And so she did something similar with her dragon that she wears. So it can change colors. And it's super, super cute. I could do that. We get into the domain of feature creep, which I already do that. Like I've been acknowledging to myself that I have this problem of having like a cool idea and like biting off way more than I really should be doing. Not necessarily more than I can chew, but more than is, I don't know. I pick big projects.
Project Heimlich later.
Yeah. Or I'm just like, oh crap, this is a lot of work. This is really stressful. So either I don't finish it or I just like power through and have something, but I'm like, my brain is only half there at the end of it. Oh, another pair of wires into the tentacles. Not each one. I would not put a single one on the end of each tentacle. Oh my gosh. Actually, it wouldn't be
just use wireless.
I'll tell you something. I'll tell you, it actually wouldn't be too horrible, because the way that I did this, if anybody's noticed, there's these big giant holes right here. That is for these. I was thinking ahead of time, and there would be room for a couple more things if I really wanted to, which I don't. Fun idea. Not going to do it. No, I encourage you to do that with your own bot, Kurt.
Kurt bot.
Yes, my next bot will be, actually I know exactly what my next bot will be, because I told my mom I would make her a fairy bot. It's going to be really simple. It's going to be one servo and one LED and like just real basic.
That's excellent.
I'm like, it'll be
you can do a lot with one servo and one LED.
I'll make it do 2 wings, but
I mean, with your mechanical skills,
Napoleon conquered the Pyrenees with just one LED and one servo.
That is true.
That's how you make an elephant.
Very true.
Elephants only take.
How could I forget that about no, but I mean, I think like part of the other thing too is about going simpler with it. A is that you can finish it in a reasonable amount of time, but also it becomes a better example for beginners in the field.
Yeah.
Yes,
and it's a lot easier to like put the stuff out and be like, here, make your own, which I want to do, and which the Bot High Council, which is to say a group of people, some of the folks who have been making, I know, that's just what I call them, what I call us. So there's some of the folks who like making companion bots and who have a Twitter thread. We've been kind of starting working towards making a primer. And did I mention this on the stream before? I don't know. Starting on a primer.
Stream. Are you not on the stream?
I talked to you too about it, but making like a primer for like all of the parts of making your own bot, from why, what's it going to be, to like how to get started on, like, do you want to like take somebody else's model and start with that? Do you want to try to build your own simple thing? Do you want to do one that's just straight up mechanical? And here's how to do this. Here's basic cardboard techniques, so you can like make it completely without 3D printers or anything like that. You can just make it out of recycled materials. Like, here's all different ways that you can go. Here are a bunch of examples and inspiration and stuff like that.
I look forward to it. I think that's going to be an amazing resource.
Yeah. So the fact that my mom wants it means I've gotten an extra layer of motivation.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that I can make it straightforward means I can like have that help be a resource for this thing.
But that's not what you're going to be doing in January.
That's not what I'm going to be doing in January. I mean, I may do a little bit in January. In January, yeah. Should we talk about our next thing?
I think at the very least you should.
Okay, I will. It's not just me though. It's a lot of people who are doing this thing for January, which y'all should take part in. And I will put this up when I pull up the page. We are holding a virtual art show called Art Happens. It is organized. I don't know if I said this on the stream before, but I'm now. It's a virtual art show for 2021, organized by Crash Space, Fun a Day LA, and Fun a Day Reseda. Hopefully, y'all know what Crash Space is at this point. But if you don't, it's a hacker space. If you're watching this on the YouTube channel and you don't know what Crash Space is, there's a whole bunch of videos here for you to watch so you can get an idea. Crash Space, nerds, Fun a Day is a kind of event that's put on every year in January in a bunch of different cities all over, I think just all over the country, but it might be further, I'm not sure. And the idea is you have a project that you do every day for the month of January, and then there is an art show that you can participate in if you want to shortly after. Since everything is virtual now, and I am friends with the organizer of Fun a Day LA, we've been talking about it. He said, hey, you know what? Let's just do a group art show. Let's join this up together. We will have a fun thing that we can do. And so, have a way of doing an art show virtually that gets as many of the things, the parts of a real life art show as possible, as many of those involved into it as possible. So we've been thinking about how to accomplish a lot of these things that most of the time, or a lot of the time, we're missing virtually. So more info about that soon. But if you want to participate, the call for artists is open. If you want to help out with organizing the event, that's a great thing too. You can help us out. There's a Slack channel. Yes, there's info on this webpage, which will go into the chat at some point here. There, we'll put it in the description.
Awesome. This is really exciting, Barb. I think it's going to go really well.
I'm very excited about it. We've got some good progress on it already. We need to do, a good chunk more, including finding sponsors. We've got a good number. Actually, there's, how many? Last I checked, there were at least like a dozen artists already signed up.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Most of which I think are not actually crashers. They're other folks. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
because crashers like to procrastinate.
Well, yeah, maybe.
I am one of those people.
Mm-hmm. Anyway,
yeah.
Looking forward to it.
So yeah, I'm going to be doing in the month of January, working on the show, but more specifically, I'll probably be mostly showing, making the design of the space using Gather Town.
Yeah.
And you'll see more about that as it comes up.
Very cool.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! Well, first I'm gonna punt. I want to punt talking about January. Or unless Todd, do you want to talk about January, or do you want to punt?
Just the small teaser of
Glow.
and that's it.
You're gonna make embedded LEDs.
LEDs in bed. Embedded LEDs.
Yes, you're gonna do body mods that have LEDs inside you.
Yes.
I like it. So next time he pops up, he comes on the screen like you are your own lighting.
First, drink this, and in 3 hours, drink this. When your body starts to glow, attach this 9-volt battery.
I was gonna say like bioluminescence.
There's already a website. There's already a website for sharing it.
Oh yeah, that's true.
An e-commerce platform.
There is a website. Hype. I wish I had a hype thing. I don't have a hype thing.
All right. Well.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, we went overtime.
We did.
By a little bit.
By a little. All right. Well, thanks for joining
Welcome
us.
to 2021, everybody.
Woohoo! Happy New Year!
Woo!
We will see you next week. Make sure you better.